Hi guys. Okay, yeah. Been a while. Been busy. Been crazy. It's been a pretty stressful last few months. So before I even start filling you in on wedding stuff, kind of need to fill you in with some of the other life things that have happened. I'm basically at the moment currently trying to ignore a flare up that's trying to happen. Hence this face. So I apologise for this. Um, Yeah, so the last few weeks have been insane. Some of you may know if you follow me on social media or I speak to you on Messenger a bit that Bobby has not been very well at all. He had to go in for a major operation on one of his knees. That was a good 5 weeks ago. It was quite major surgery. His kneecap kept sliding out of place and things like that, so it needed correcting. Apparently, it's very common in his breed, so it wasn't due to an accident or anything like that. It's just naturally something that happens with his breed. So yeah, the recovery process for this operation he's had is 8 to 12 weeks, which leads us right up to the wedding. So he goes in for his final checkup with the surgeon that dealt with him 3 days before the wedding. 3 days, guys, he goes in for an x-ray and a final check over. So yeah, it's been hard work, but so far he's recovering really well. That was until last Friday. Last Friday was one of the scariest days we've had to actually deal with Bobby ever. Yeah, so at the minute, obviously, like I say, he's had an operation and he's limited as to how often he can walk and how far he can walk, so he's on the lead the whole time. So Thumper took him out for his little morning walk around the garden and he got stung on his foot. So we don't know what he got stung by. All we know is he reacted really, really badly and he basically went into shock and anaphylactic shock, and he was really ill really fast. It took about 10 minutes. He couldn't stand up, he was sick, he was just basically pooing himself. It was terrifying, it really was. We got him to the vets, then he started having sneezing fits and was struggling to breathe. Yeah, it was terrifying. So we took him into the little room with the vet and she pretty much just scooped him up, asked what had happened, looked in his mouth, and you basically couldn't tell the difference between his teeth and his gums. It was that pale in his mouth. She literally scooped him up and just dragged him straight into the back and got him on a drip like that. We didn't even get to comfort him before he got taken off. She just had to scoop him up and take him. Yeah, so that really was pretty terrifying. We weren't sure whether he'd make it. He did. He's perfectly fine. He's fine now. But he was there all day from about 8:30 in the morning till nearly 8 o'clock at night. He didn't get home till 7:45 in the evening, the same day. But he was there all day and he was on the drip for the majority of the day as well. He really, really was not very well, and it was a little bit terrifying. We thought we were going to lose him. Yeah, so that was really quite scary. So we lost a few days there looking after him and getting him back to his usual self, which he is now. He's asleep in his bed, so I'm not going to disturb him. If he wakes up, I will let you guys see him just to prove that he is okay. To anyone that did know about it, thank you for getting in touch, because me and Thumper, we were struggling to keep our cool, big time. I only melted down once. I think I did pretty well. Yeah. So it's been a little bit of a stressful few weeks. So with looking after him and trying to get wedding stuff done, it's been a little bit too difficult for me to actually sit and film stuff whilst trying to keep an eye on him, because he's not allowed to jump, run, play, and that's all he ever wants to do. That's just Bobby. So as you can imagine, I've had great fun trying to control the dog whilst doing other bits towards the wedding. Yeah, it had to be done ASAP. This surgery had to be done. We had no option but to do it. So it's been hard, but if it means Bobby is better, it's totally worth every single minute of sleepless nights, getting up at stupid o'clock to give him his tablets and take him out for a wee and all that stuff. So it's been worth it, but it's been hard. It's been hard. Now that we're caught up with Bobby's situation, yeah, it's been rough, guys. It's been a rough few weeks, and last Friday was just terrifying. I don't even like thinking about it, to be honest. So let's move on very quickly from Friday, shall we? So wedding stuff, where are we at? We've got 4 weeks left, guys. 4 weeks, that's it. Oh my god. A lot of the stuff now at this point, it's so close that I really cannot risk showing it. I can tell you about stuff, but if you hold out with me, guys, once the wedding is done, I can show you all the elements, but I really don't want to ruin it because we've worked really hard to make it exactly how we want it. So yeah, I can tell you things I've been doing, but that's pretty much where I draw the line for now. I'm sorry. Once things are done, I will be able to show you properly. So that being that, let's get on with it. So yes, what have we been doing? What have we been doing? Buying a lot of things and making a lot of things. A lot of the things we like the idea of are really stupidly expensive, so we thought it'd be a genius idea that I sit and handcraft a lot of this stuff. So great idea at the time. I think it's going to look awesome. It's been hard work, but again, if it works and it looks how we think it's going to look, I think it's going to be incredible. I really hope so. I really do. We're making our own favour bags. We're making some of the elements that are actually in the favour bags ourselves. Again, I can't go into too much detail because I don't want to ruin anything. Between us, we've been making all sorts. We've had the bed full of things because we've got something like 57 guests for our wedding breakfast, and we have like altogether something like 130 something people coming at night time as well. So there's quite a few people coming, and obviously we've had to cater for all of them. So yeah, the favour bags, again, we looked online to see if we could get them readily done, and for what you were going to actually get, we could make them much more personalised. We can make them much more personalised and a little bit more us by doing them ourselves. So it's taken more effort, but totally going to be worth it, I think. I'm doing this a lot at the minute. The other thing that we are doing is we are making little activity bags for the kids that are coming, because during the wedding breakfast, I think we have something like 7 children and a few toddlers. And again, in the evening, we have some children, teens, and a couple of babies coming as well, including one of my little youngest viewers is going to be coming to the wedding. I'm so excited to finally meet him. It's one of the girls that I used to work with at my mum's cafe, my little sister from another mister, as I used to call her, and she had a gorgeous baby boy, and yeah, apparently he loves watching my videos and he's gorgeous, so I can't wait to just see him in person. So if you're watching, hi Blakey. There's a few kids coming, so we've got things provided for them. We've also made a treasure chest, which is full of games and things, and it's not just games for kids, it's games for adults as well, because let's face it, it's a long day. The ceremony itself is at like 12:30 in the morning, afternoon, whatever you want to call it, noon. That's when the actual ceremony is happening, and then it's basically the evening. People don't arrive till 7:30 at night, and the place doesn't shut till midnight, so it's a long day. So we need plenty of things for people to do for the in-between times, like between wedding breakfast and evening time. So yes, we've done kiddies bags, and there's all different little games and bits and bobs. I am planning on filming, bagging up the kids' bags. Again, I can't show that until after, but I do plan on showing you things that we've picked up, because every time we seem to mention this to someone, they go, oh, that's such a good idea. No, I never even thought that. I didn't do that at mine. All we're thinking is that by having something for the kids to do, it means that the parents that are with them can actually enjoy part of the day themselves as well, and they're just not constantly having to be thinking of something for their kid to do so their child doesn't get bored. Hopefully they won't. Yeah, so like I say, we've been handcrafting quite a few things. Over here in the UK, it's quite traditional to have a post box of some kind where your guests can deliver letters and cards and whatever. So I have hand designed my own post box. We picked up the post box from a shop called Hobbycraft, which is just a cardboard one, and I'm basically decorating the lid and the post box itself, and I've been quite clever, I think, in the way I've designed the lid of the post box is that we can actually keep it afterwards as a memory thing. We can get rid of the rest of the box, but the actual lid itself can go up on the wall as a canvas. So I think that's really quite a cool and resourceful way of 2 for 1. Functions as a post box for the actual wedding, and then yeah, it's a decoration for a memory of the day around the house afterwards. So I've done that. I've had to model a few things because, again, if I were to get them online, it'd just be ridiculous. So yeah, that's changed. I've handcrafted quite a few things. Again, I will show these elements. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot in this video. I will show you this after the wedding, but I've done the disclaimer, so we're on the same level. Right, we're on the same page. Cool. Yeah, then like I say, we bought a little treasure chest. Again, this was just a ready-made treasure chest, and I've decorated it according to how we want it. And it's looking really cool. I'm one of these crafters that as I craft, I'm constantly questioning whether it looks good enough, and I have to stop that because I'm a bit of a perfectionist with stuff. But so far, everything I've made, I'm actually happy with it, so that makes a change. But yeah, there's a few little bits left to make still. Like, we bought a ring box, and we thought that the lid might stay on, but it doesn't. It purely just sits on top. So I've got to basically play with it and make it so that it works, which isn't a problem because the box itself is really cool. But again, that's pretty much all I can say. So I, as you know, I had a pair of shoes made. I'm waiting on them still, but that's okay because it take a little while to be done. And I know that my friend that's just done it has started a new job as well, so it's kind of fitting it in between. But I have every single faith in her that they are going to be mega and all that. But I also might have got myself a second pair because, you know, I'm a bride-to-be. I need plenty of options. I really didn't need an extra pair. Both me and Thumper have suddenly become shoe addicts. I don't know where this has come from. She's got 2 pairs, so she can choose on the day. I've got 2 pairs. Both pairs will be worn. It just depends on which order they get worn, basically. But both pairs are going to be worn on the day. Pretty much. So yeah, while one is not being worn, the other will be on display, because at the end of the day they are both customised, handmade shoes. Again, that's my limit. That's all I can say. Yeah, so we both have 2 pairs of shoes now, and I'm so excited. I've never been so excited over shoes in my life. As you all know, if you've watched my channel for a while, you will know me and shoes are not the best of friends. So for me to be excited about not 1, but 2 pair of shoes, like, insane. Just insane. So there's that. We've both been and had our outfits done finally now, so it's just a case of staying the right shape. Obviously exercising hasn't been an option as such, with Bobby not being very well. So we've not been going swimming and sauna and all that fun stuff, which we'd started doing. However, now that he's allowed slightly longer walks, I've been going out like 3 times a day. So basically I'm getting like an hour's walk every single day, which seems to be helping, I think. I'm not sure. So yeah, we're only 4 more weeks of worrying about how much bigger or smaller we've become. So looking forward to that element not being there, to be honest. Because we both are. It's constantly there in the back of your mind. So like, if anyone's like, oh, should we get food like and have a film night? I'm like, I'd love to. Yeah, it's a tricky balance trying to still live your life and enjoy it and do social foodie things, and also trying to maintain your weight so you fit in your made to measure outfit. It's a pressure I didn't expect to actually be worried about, but apparently both me and Thumper are. So is this normal? I don't know. I've never been married before, so yeah. What else can I tell you? So we've had our hen do, or in America I think it's called your bachelorette party. Traditionally over here it is a stag do and a hen do. And yeah, so normally what happens is the stag, which is the groom, goes off and has his little party with his friends, and the woman goes off with her hen party on a separate occasion. However, a lot of me and Thumper's friends are mutual friends anyway, and with the fibro element in there, we kind of had to combine forces, because we had to have it a few weeks back so that I had recovery time. This flare-up that's trying to happen is just general tiredness from looking after Bob and just having so many things to do and a lot less time to just sit and do nothing as well. But we're getting there, we're mostly there, so hopefully I'll have time to recover a little bit before the main event. I'm so ready to just burst into RuPaul now. Don't do it. Control. I failed. So, hen do. Let's talk hen do, shall we? Just for a moment, because it was too epic not to. Oh my god, it was the best thing ever. My best friend, my maid of honour, did an incredible job for me, and so did Jen, who is Thumper's best man, or best woman, as we've decided to call her. She's the reason me and Thumper actually met in the first place. Yeah, it was just the right choice to make. These 2 girls did an incredible job on our hen do. Okay, maybe it might not be everybody's idea of what a bachelorette or a hen party should be. However, for me and Thumper, it was the most perfect little night. So, to explain the hen do, I kind of have to explain how me and Thumper actually got together in the first place. The dog's awake. We were set up through a mutual friend, and it was, for me, it was a completely blind date right until the last minute. Thumper was told that a friend was coming along once she'd got into town, but before that she just thought she was going for a drink with Jen. I thought I was going for a drink with Jen, so yes, we went off to the pub to meet a friend that we knew, and then we met each other, and it pretty much went from there. So the actual hen do itself was mainly at the pub that we met in, which is the Salutation Inn. It's a proper old school rocker goth pub in Nottingham, and it's just awesome. I always enjoyed that pub anyway. However, it now has a special meaning, that place does. It's a special pub to us too. So it was also Nottingham's Gay Pride Day, so Thumper went into town at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon with her best woman, and I stayed with Bobby for a few hours while I got ready, and I didn't then meet until about 6 o'clock in the evening. So Thumper had a few hours with her friends beforehand, and then I came along later on and we all met up at the cell. They went off to different places as well. And yeah, it was just it worked really well. So we basically, there's the way this old pub is, there's like the main area, but then there's like 2 little side rooms you can go and sit off in, and we always seem to end up in one of these little side rooms every single time when we go for my birthday or whichever. And we literally just filled this room. There's about 12 people all together, so not the biggest do, but at the same time I'd rather keep it little and, you know, keep it close kind of thing. So yeah, my best friend and my maid of honour made little boob cookies. She made little bags that had like all pamper stuff in, little bath bombs and shower gels and sweets and stuff like that. Really cute little box. It was all sealed up and everything. We had little bracelets that said Team Bride, and then me and Thumper both had a white one that said Bride. She also, oh my god, the girls had these made, and we're keeping them forever. We're just keeping them forever. So it's traditional for sashes to be worn on hen do's, but apparently when they were looking for stuff, everything everywhere was either hot pink, fluffy, or had penises all over it. So that didn't really work. So yeah, this one was mine. Wendy's bride to be, and then on the back, Wendy and Wendy 2017. All the others had black ones that said hen party, and depending on whether they had a roll or not, it had it on the back as well. This was Thumper's, hers is I don't know what she's done to hers. So this was Thumper's one, Wendy's bride to be, and yeah, and then same again on the back. So we had them. It was awesome. She took along Cards Against Humanity, so we sat having a drink, playing that and getting to know each other, and it was just a really cool little night. Here he is, here's the poorly boy. So yes, he, as you can see, it's very scruffy because he's not allowed to have a bathie yet and all that fun stuff. But you can see here is his poorly leg that got operated on, which is still a bit baldy. And then you've got all little bald patches where you've had your drips in, and he's got a little patch on his neck there because he had to have an IV drip because he really was a very poorly boy. But yeah, so the hen do was absolutely incredible. Thumper then went home about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and me, my best friend Moosey, and my bridesmaid Twinny, who's also my cousin, birthday twinnies almost, and my auntie, we went off and we had girly cocktails. Probably shouldn't have drank more, but we did. Girly cocktails. We got to the point where we were happy drunk, emotional drunk, back to happy drunk. We got there. Was I drunk? Yes, very. I ordered food and I couldn't remember what I'd ordered by the time I got home, so it was that good a night. But it was just incredible. It really was. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I could say about that, really. But it was just a wicked night and I'll never forget it. It was just cool. It really was. There was all kinds of drinking games and stuff, and yeah, just wicked night. We had a good little night. I was drinking a lot of rum, if anyone wants to know what I was drinking. Rum and coke. Too many rum and cokes. Yes, that's pretty much everything I can actually tell you, really, between now and the big day. So when I see you next, guys, I will be a married woman. So yeah, exciting times. I can't see that I'm going to get another video out between now and then. Thank you. So yes, hopefully this little boy will be much better by then, and things will be back to normal, as much as normal is in this house. Normal? No, never. It's okay, it won't be normal. Very happy this little boy is back to his crazy little self, and he's well again. Well, as well as he can be at this point. But that's everything, guys, so I will see you soon. Don't forget to follow me on social media, because I do put up little bits. I occasionally put bits up on Snapchat and Instagram as much as I can, again without giving too much away. But I am on there a little bit more, because obviously taking a picture of something and whichever is a lot quicker than filming and editing and uploading. So yes, I hope to be uploading a bit more once all this is done and out the way. But until then, guys, bear with me, and yeah, I'll try and keep you involved as much as possible once I can. So yeah, that's everything, guys, and I will see you all soon. Bye, guys.
My mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, 'cause they'll get